break at 8 Gs instead of 10 Gs. So this thing has to be super clean, it's super fast, and even like, let's say you get a frost in the morning, the frost in the wind will actually break about 30% of the airflow earlier.
Amazing. Well, thanks for that information, Dax. We'll see you later. Ladies and gentlemen, right up overhead, there's the C-47 Black Sparrow. Bob Boss is flying the airplane just thrown out of the cargo door. See you later. Dax, have a good one. Are those wind drift indicators or streamers? They've done a streamer job for the Liberty Jump team, and they're going to be jumping out, as well as Paul McCowan and Jim Fangmeyer coming out a little bit later on as we commemorate this D-Day sevens like this. Some of these C-47s were actually towing troop gliders known as Waco from the Weaver Airplane Company in Troy, Ohio, wooden gliders with troops aboard and jeeps aboard to get our men on the ground behind the German lines, so that when the assault came the next morning from the water, they would be able to pinch the Germans. Well, I want you to keep your eyes to the right, because the Liberty Jump Team, now comprised of over 95 members, both jumpers and ground crew, and constantly growing. Some members of the Liberty Jump Team are about to come out of the aircraft. They will be dressed and configured just as they would have been in World War II. Some of these guys weighed 140, 150 pounds and carried almost as much weight in combat gear and weapons and rations and everything they needed to conduct their assault on the Germans. They weighed sometimes twice their normal body weight. Let's take a look here as you see this C-47 go by. There, we got a jumper out. The same kind of round chutes. These are static line jumps, exiting the aircraft immediately, deploying their parachutes. These are not super steerable chutes like the modern square or rectangular parachutes, I should say, used by today's skydivers. Now these guys are jumping from an altitude of about 2,000 feet. They could jump from a lower altitude, and in combat sometimes they do. They get those parachutes deployed and are very quickly to the lowered to the ground, so that they will be in enemy fire, within range of enemy fire, a much shorter time. But today we see them working their way across the line out there again with the same kind of equipment they would have. His name is Ralph Manley. He's in his mid-80s, and he is still a remarkably fit and excited gentleman, eager to tell the story of what it was like to be one of those jumpers who parachuted into German-occupied France on the night of June 5th, 1944. Some of those aircraft got off course, and their jumpers then were... We've got jumpers coming down right now. They do their drop and roll, their parachute landing falls. But as some of those aircraft got off course and their jumpers landed miles away from their original drop zones were supposed to be, that was a mistake. However, it turned out to be, in some cases, a positive for the Americans, because the Germans thought there were thousands and thousands more troops than were actually parachuted in. They are on the ground. Will you help me give a nice round of applause to the Liberty Jump Team? Wow. What a reenactment. Now, coming around on the next jump for not only the jumping in of the Free French flag and the POW flag, will we have that as well?
Yeah, no POW on this flag.
Okay.
Just the Free French, Canadian, British, and American.
Gotcha. And the singing of our national anthem when the time comes. All right. Because of the wind, we saw the streamers go kind of southeast. The jumpers are going to proceed past Show Center a little bit. Why is that?
Well, what they do is when they throw the wind streamers, they watch where they land, and they basically take that distance from the drop point to where the wind streamers land, and they basically go the other way that distance. That means that if they get out that far upwind, they will end up back on the target.
So it's a very, very simple bit of geometry, if you will. Offset a quarter mile, go a quarter mile in the absolute opposite direction.
Absolutely.
So now we've got this aircraft above the clouds. They will not jump unless they can see the drop zone, but as soon as they clear that cloud, they'll be able to see where they want to land. This is a spectacular jump, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to keep your eyes on these jumpers as they come out. Paul McCallum, Jim Fangmeyer, Joey Freeman, and Chuck Hammond. Almost 20,000 jumps among these four guys.
And the difference you'll see in these canopies as opposed to Liberty jumping, these are square steerable canopies, not round canopies like the other teams just jumped.
These are part of the more modern two-out. Now they're in free fall this time, and that means they're accelerating to 120 miles per hour.
And so that's right. Then we have four jumpers. We have four good canopies. All the canopies are open. What they'll do is they'll turn back into the wind to get themselves situated. Make sure the canopies are free and clear. Everything looks good. And then you'll see the dropping flag. There's our Canadian flag. There's our Free French flag.
And it appears we lost the flag. Now that flag is going to fall outside the area.
Stay away from that flag if you can. Stay away from that flag that's falling, please.
And we also see the American flag flown by Paul McCallum today. Okay, that flag fell in an open area, so we're okay, so there's no problem. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as Paul approaches the area, we are going to do the national anthem. I'm going to ask all of you, wherever you are within the sound of my voice, to stop what you're doing. To remove your caps. Those of you in uniform know what to do. You will come to attention. And we'll be ready to sing in just a moment our national anthem. We're waiting for Paul to get into about 1,500 feet above the ground, and then we'll start it. This is part of our traditional air show opening, as the Free French flag and the Canadian flags are on their way in right now. Let's give these skydivers a nice round of applause. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in the singing of our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last evening, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul McCallum bringing in the American flag. Let's hear a nice round of applause for Paul with 8,500 jumps. Not far from Virginia Beach, and Chuck has a guy who will do things with a helicopter that you just will not believe. The only aerobatic helicopter in the world. We will also see the Red Bull skydivers doing some incredible things with some of the fastest small square skydiving sport parachutes anywhere. Wait till you see them. That'll all be happening today. We'll also have some passage of the oh my gosh, they're on the way. That's